If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home, when I'm home.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 69 of Wrestlecast. We are back roughly a week and a half away from the second best pay-per-view of the year after, of course, Stevie's favourite Fastlane. Once again, Brinkman is not with us. He did send a lovely message, however.
Hey boys, Rainmaker Conga here at Rainmaker Conga. Just wanted to let everybody know that I will not be on this show this week. I am playing in a charity golf tournament. As the champ, you can do shit like that. So, just want to let everybody know, next week, I will be on WrestleCast. Next week, I will be defending my WrestleCast championship. And in a couple of weeks, at WrestleMania, I will retain my WrestleCast champion. Because there's a lot of things that I am in this world. One of those things that I am not is Martin. And I will not just win a title just to lose it the next month. I am not a transitional champion. I am your champion. The WrestleCast champion. I am the champion of the best podcast in the Eastern Hemisphere. I'm the champion of the best podcast you've heard in forever. Come WrestleMania, I'm going to prove it. Foreign Invader, Rainmaker Conga, fuck Del Rio.
Right, did you enjoy it? Shut the fuck up, Brinkman. No one gives a shit about what you've got to say. The more important... fuck Del Brinkman. Anyway, Stevie and Martin are here with us as well today.
Hiya.
Martin doesn't say hello.
I'm just disappointed with him.
A champion that just doesn't attend his own best podcast, as he calls us in the Eastern Hemisphere. We're not going to be adopting that nickname because we're just the best podcast you've seen in forever.
The fact that he keeps on banging on about saying, "Oh, I've got a charity event. Fuck your charity event. This is more important. Do your job, earn your pay." You know what I mean?
When we eventually earn pay.
Golf.
Yeah.
Want to play golf? You're coming on here. You better be going to fucking St Andrews then. The best golf.
You better be ramming your 9-iron right up Tiger Woods' arse right now as we speak, otherwise I'm not happy with you. Anyway, we will probably see him next week when he finally graces us with his shit presence. But anyway...
Block him anyway. Block him. He'll probably do the mediocre podcast on the other side of the pond, so why should he do 2 times? No, fuck him.
Hey, does this sound familiar? And welcome to the Average Marks episode 69. That guy. That's right, Mike. I got you. Anyway, should we actually talk about some wrestling instead of just chatting shit? Well, no, we'll chat shit in between talking about wrestling. So, Stevie, how was Raw this week?
Average.
Average.
They done the triple threat thing with the
Triple Threat Mania?
No, beat the clock challenge. Let me finish what I'm fucking saying before you speak over me, you prick.
But it's Triple Threat Mania.
No, it's Fatal Phobia Mania. The tag teams have fucked that up for you.
Oh, shit.
But anyway, Ronda Rousey got the tap out on Sarah Logan. Charlotte Flair failed to beat Ruby Riott. And then Charlotte took out Becky Lynch after a distraction. But Becky Lynch still beat the clock by 9 seconds.
Because she is the best wrestler in Ireland. She's yeah. I do remember seeing that. I saw the quick highlight. Actually, no, that was on Raw first, so I did see that. The bit I quite liked was the start of Ronda's promo where she came out, she said what she needed to do. I don't even know what this BS rules is, let's just get on with it. And I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. And then she went back to the mic, said some other shit, dropped the mic, let's go get... And then she said some other shit. I was like, just don't drop the mic if you haven't finished, love.
Yeah, she was fucking up miraculous amount of times.
And I think it was all planned to make her seem like, yeah, but it was actually just like, will you just fucking finish what you're saying? Like,
it's better to have the mic in your hand, get the crowd reaction, put your mic back in your hand, like keep it in your hand but put it in your mouth, and have a word, and just move it. Don't drop it to the floor, because that mic drop, back in the day, that used to cost WWE money, dropping a mic on the floor, and then how they just throwing it about like no one gives a shit. It's like, come on, what are you doing? That's
Paul Heyman,
damaging property, that.
Paul Heyman took a mic to the face this week.
And back in the day, the microphones had wires.
That's true. So you could swing them about and knock people out with them.
Yeah, but they went up to the ceiling, remember? So when you dropped the mic, it went up the way.
And when you drop the mic down, you could always go, Mr.
Kennedy!
Anderson! I did it right. Stevie fucked up.
It was Kennedy in WWE.
Kennedy!
No. Anderson's better.
Right, we've got a TNA soldier in here with us, everyone, so maybe Brinkman's not so bad after all. I did see that. I did quite like the beat the clock chant. I quite like the way it was all... The only bit that annoys me is still... I know Ruby didn't tap and Charlotte didn't beat her, but she pretty much had her dead to rights after a minute and a bit, didn't she? It was a bit... Stop shitting on Ruby.
She got the figure eight, but Ruby didn't tap and the clock ran out. But, I think that was more to protect Ruby Riott as the leader of the Riott Squad. Because they were going to beat Becky, the winner of that challenge anyway.
There's nothing on the line, so I don't know why they were doing it. Like, this is the most, especially with what happened on SmackDown, this is now just becoming the most convoluted build-up to a match I've ever seen.
Well, I think the reason they done it was so Becky could do that little promo on SmackDown, and then Charlotte went out and won the title, but we'll get to that when we get there. The next match was Jinder Mahal getting pinned.
I find Finn Balor fucking boring, if I'm being honest with you.
I like, if they let him bring back the demon gimmick, just for, make him get his ass kicked for about 3 or 4 months and then get to Survivor Series and just come out as a demon and fucking destroy everybody.
I wouldn't mind the demon thing and his whole gimmick if he did that like every show. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just Finn's fucking boring. Even his match, I'm struggling to think of a match of his that I actually went, that was fucking unreal. That was really good.
You need to go back against Seth Rollins.
Which one?
Seth Rollins for the title. But before that, NXT.
Yeah. What were you saying, Martin? Oh, go on, sorry.
It was a decent match against Brock.
Decent is different to unreal, though. What were you saying, Martin? Sorry.
If he ends up having like an undefeated streak at whether it's Survivor Series or SummerSlam where he has the demon comes out for like 10 years or something, even though he's clocking on like back in the 30 anyway, or 40, whatever. So if he ends up having a long streak within that pay-per-view, he does nothing on mainstream TV, it's going to be like, well, no matter what, you're always going to think he's going to win that at that pay-per-view, which is like predictable. So it'd be like no point watching him during the rest of this year. It's only worth watching him on that one pay-per-view.
I just don't find him interesting. I don't know I don't really care for Bobby Lashley that much either, but I quite like him and Leo Rush just being dicks as heels. It works. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. They're not going to be top level, but they're going to be enough that you're like, oh, you just fuck off. That sort of thing on there. You especially, you little shit. But I don't find Finn interesting at all.
I didn't like Jinder Mahal taking the pin either. I thought, if you're going to have someone take the pin, make Leo Rush take the pin again.
No, you've got to pin a former WWE champion to look shit hot.
Nah, but you've got to pin Leo Rush so that he's costing Lashley a match again.
Yeah, I think that they've got some more legs in that for a while. I don't think that's going anywhere for a bit. I think they were going to, and then they went, oh, hang on, we can keep this going for a bit. Because they love to just keep ironing out things forever instead of doing it like quick?
Not really, because they used to like snap decisions all the time, and they would break tag teams up when they didn't need to be broken up, and they would fucking go one way when they should have been going they don't know half the fucking shit they're doing half the time, man.
Yeah.
I don't think they talk to each other. I think they just write storylines and say, "Here, go out and do that," and then the other writer will be like, "What the fuck are you doing? I had that go in a different direction."
Well, that's what I was meaning to you about last week about the Becky Lynch and the Ronda Rousey thing. That it all made sense that she wanted Becky in the match completely, but then the bit that didn't make sense was her heel turn in the middle of it to then punch Becky and be in the match. It was like, well, that doesn't make sense now. One of you writers should have spoke to you, and then you should have gone, oh, yeah, fuck.
But then the next bit doesn't make sense, the fact that Charlotte has became the SmackDown Women's Champion, and what's that going to do towards the match?
I think I know where they're going with that one on there, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that there.
The next one up, the tag match.
What did we...
Ricochet and Black against the Revival.
Try and think of a cool name for Ricochet and Black right now, top of your head.
Blackochet.
Blackochet. I quite like that, actually. Martin?
Don't ask him for ideas. He's drunk.
Break them up. They'll break up at WrestleMania. What? Alistair Black will probably go heel against Ricochet.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah, well.
It's not. They'll stop being a tag team, but neither of them are going heel for quite some time.
I think one of them will.
I think they're finally going to lose against the Revival at WrestleMania. But I think,
they're also on TakeOver, though. Have you seen?
Nah, I don't watch NXT. I watch the takeovers because the takeovers are absolutely brilliant.
It's them versus War Raiders.
That'll probably be okay, I suppose.
That'd be great, but just then, do they still get there? Like that's the. I mean, because we obviously know they pinned Revival this week. If they're going to be at TakeOver, do they then have another match at WrestleMania the night after?
I think they'll go against the Revival, and I think the Revival will go over. After taking the pinfall this week, I think Ricochet and Black will go to WrestleMania to face them two, but then lose.
Could happen.
And then they'll break them up and they'll go to their singles direction.
Yeah, I'm with you. So I don't think they're turning heel, Martin, and neither does Stevie. And you know what you're like when you get an idea in your head, a la Miz is turning heel on Shane?
Almost happened.
It almost did not happen at all.
You could see it in Miz's eyes.
Miz was walking away from Shane. If that's a heel turn...
He was.
I like Mark's comeback. Miz's face turned heel on Shane's fist.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Stevie. Back me up.
That one part of him managed to turn heel, that bit. What was next?
After the tag match, it was Drew McIntyre coming out and, demanding Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I was quite looking forward to that because, well, I like them both, and I honestly think that'll probably be one of the matches of the night, because I think, especially because Roman, it's not going to be a main event, it'll just be a good place filler in the middle, and it'll be one of those ones that Drew really wants to prove himself, and Roman, as we know, is pretty good anyway.
I think they'll have that match on towards the end, because Roman's such a big name, and it's his comeback pay-per-view type thing. It's just so that they keep the eyes on the wrestler, so that people stay updated.
I know, Martin, last week you were talking about how Drew wins. The more I watch it now, Drew doesn't win. It's all written over it from years of WrestleMania through from 22 up until 31 that Cena, I know they're not the same, but Cena, when he went into matches with people, because it was WrestleMania, Cena won. No matter who it was. Then he'd have a pay-per-view afterwards where he would lose, so Drew would probably win that one. And then if they felt like it, they would do a third match, where Cena would win 2-1 in the end, a la Bray Wyatt, a la Rusev.
Do you think they'll maybe go WrestleMania, Reigns, SummerSlam, Drew, Survivor Series 5v5 with them, the two team captains?
That could be pretty good. If you were doing long-term booking, that would be the best way to do it. What I would do to sort of stretch it out a bit more is, because the pay-per-view after WrestleMania isn't Extreme Rules or Backlash this year, it's Money in the Bank. That's the next one. I would put them both in the briefcase match and have Drew come out with it. And then have, they always have a someone who nearly won it, faces the actual holder of it at the big event, SummerSlam. You keep it going till there, and then if you're able to keep interest going to Survivor Series, then absolutely. If not, you can blow it off at SummerSlam.
You could do that and then just have Drew cash in on Seth, because we seem to think Seth's going to go over on Brock.
This is the thing, though. At the moment, when you look at the matches, sorry, Martin, you will get a chance to speak any moment now.
He's drinking. He doesn't care.
Drinking. Martin's getting pissed, so it's fine. He's all right. Everyone, shut the fucking mouth, Del Rio. So there's so many matches that are just going to have a happy ending, we'll call it, and not where you get wanked off by a Chinese bird after a massage or Thai or anything. Anyway, back to an actual point there, because you've got Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan. You'd imagine, this is the loosest one there, but you'd imagine Kofi wins for that moment. Yeah. You've got Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Ronda. You would imagine, for the moment, Becky Lynch wins. Yep. Seth and Brock. You would imagine Seth wins because of the moment. Right? Roman wins because he had cancer. It's that. Then you go into the matches where no one really cares that much. But, they're like, that's where your heels can pick up your wins. So, like, Randy Orton, Shane, Samoa Joe, maybe Lashley and Finn. If Finn wins, it's too one-sided, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you think of Roman Reigns and Drew, Martin? You liking that?
Not really, no.
Why?
Because I think that's more universal title.
Okay, that is the one reason I will let you off with the fact that you're not impressed with it, that it needs to be higher up the card for a big title.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. It's too classed as mid-card right now, where it shouldn't be needed.
It's the leftover top guy spot, isn't it? Where there's like someone who is usually the top spot, but he's not this time because someone else has got it. So what does he do? It's Triple H and Sheamus from a few WrestleManias ago. Yeah, where it's like
Braun Strowman being thrown in the fucking Andre the Giant Battle Royal again against two fucking Hollywood whatever they are, because we don't have a clue who they are. Again, just as long as he gets them eliminated, he's happy, kind of thing. Which is like for us.
I watch Saturday Night Live. They're brilliant.
They might be brilliant, but it's also they've managed to piss away everyone's interest in Braun Strowman since August last year.
Yeah,
that's not their fault.
That is not the two lads' faults. That's WWE's fault. I'm saying.
Yeah, well, enough of the Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. What about the women's match? Sasha Banks v Natalya. We had Nia Jax and Tamina coming in and ruining the match.
Ruining the Triple Threat Mania.
Yeah, but the bit that I liked was Beth Phoenix got Nia Jax up off her feet and onto her shoulders.
We saw that last January.
Yeah, but I'm thinking you might get to see a bit more of that at WrestleMania. You'll get to see Nia Jax get thrown about because there's going to be a woman in there big enough to actually do it.
Don't get me wrong, that's disgusting. That's good. I do want to see that. However, Natalya is fucking boring.
Yeah, but that's just...
Can we not just have Beth on her own because she's that good? Like last year in the WrestleMania when Braun Strowman picked a child out of the crowd, it should have just been Braun on his own. Yeah, Braun on his own winning the tag titles.
The thing is with Natalya and Beth Phoenix, though, is they done this whole thing years ago before Beth Phoenix retired and stuff.
Divas of Doom.
They done the whole pin up strong thing. That was their hashtag, pin up strong.
What was Divas
Do you
of
remember
Doom? Yeah.
So that was Natalya and the Glamazon. And they would always do, the pin up strong wearing bikinis and stuff and posing. So
they were also Divas of Doom.
Oh, they were. Yeah. Right, good. Thank God for that. I wasn't just being a retard again.
Hashtag DOD.
DOB. Date of birth.
Yeah.
Go on, Stevie. I'm enjoying your leading. Go on.
All right. Well, the next bit was Moment of Bliss, but you've already practically covered that when you were talking about them two going into the Battle Royal, because that's all that was.
Oh, was it? Did Bliss look good though?
Obviously.
She looks better now.
She looked like you couldn't. She looked like you couldn't give her a hug without being stabbed.
Anyway, Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin.
Is Baron still facing Kurt?
Yeah.
Good.
Corbin defeated Apollo Crews.
Who doesn't defeat Apollo Crews?
Which was expected, you know. Just move on to the next match. Yeah. Seth Rollins went on and discussed Brock Lesnar. Blah blah. He went, and as he left, fucking
chased Heyman up the aisle, didn't he?
Kurt Angle came out, pointing at him. You suck, you know, doing all that.
I didn't see that. That sounds great, actually.
So Kurt Angle came out, had his match with Samoa Joe. Wasn't the best match they've had, but Samoa Joe done the infamous headbutt spot again. And in TNA, he headbutted Kurt Angle, and it was a shooting fucking bust him wide open.
No, I didn't know that, actually.
It was Kurt Angle that done it to Joe. Joe, I'm missing myself. I'm tripping myself up here. I'll need to go back and check. But
one of them headbutted one really hard, though, and they did it again. Yeah.
So that's how they started the match. Joe headbutted Kurt.
Nice. I saw the dodgy DDT roll thing that just made me think, oh God, Kurt, like, seriously.
Are you feeling it now?
Yeah.
With Kurt? Because I said this last week. Whenever I see Kurt in the ring now, I'm like, Kurt, do we need to do that? No, don't do that.
Yeah, I did after that bit. When he balls
he botched his Olympic slam on Kurt Angle on SmackDown. Kurt Angle on Randy Orton on SmackDown.
How did he botch it?
Botched it as well, yeah.
He didn't completely botch it. It just didn't look good.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not Randy Orton's fault because he'll sell like a motherfucker for anybody.
Yeah. Fair enough then. I'm still sceptical about that match. I just think Kurt deserves better, but it's also at this point I don't think Kurt can do much better, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not good. Like, the match won't be good, and people will remember it going, "Oh, Baron ruined Kurt's last match," and it's going to be like, I think it's just we all need to remember Kurt's not.
I think so. I've said for a long time now, Baron Corbin gets a lot of shit because he's a heel, but he's really good in the ring.
Oh yeah, he's pretty decent. I love it. His finisher and his signature are some of the best moves that have been in the Deep Six and the End of Days are great moves. I think you should be able to pin people off both. A bit like The Undertaker had multiple finishers. Give Baron more than one. Why not?
I think he has pinned people off both moves, but not in a major match.
He doesn't pin Cena off a Deep Six.
No. But End of Days that's the spinny one, isn't it? End of Days.
No, End of Days is the one where they run at him, he flings them back and then falls with them. Deep Six is the spin.
Alright, Deep Six, he's pinned people off that. That move's cool as fuck.
Yeah. It's cool as fuck when he does it on the cutter.
I have a feeling that next week that match will be put as like some sort of no disqualifications or something.
Maybe.
They might do it next week, so then people can get involved eventually, or someone can get involved to help it, and then Kurt gets the pin. It's the only way he's going to get that win, surely, because he's on a winning streak, which hasn't been seen from Kurt on Raw in a long time. Since being back.
Very true, but we'll have to wait and see what they do next week with that one, just to sort of finalise it off.
Luckily, we don't do our predictions till after it.
Yeah.
We'll do our predictions next Thursday, shall we?
Yeah, well, it depends when the card comes out.
They usually come out on Thursday, don't they?
Yeah, we're gonna revert back to pro wrestling scorecards because, well, they're just a bit more interesting. They throw it up in the air a bit, and no one successfully retained a title ever on Wrestlecast with one of those things on there. So I don't know how we're going to do it with NXT as well. Should we? Are
we going against the fucking American people that like to think they're awesome?
No,
but they're not.
They're not.
Should we just look at our predictions against theirs?
Yeah, because we do that because we always win. But they're not on our level. So I just remember when they were messaging, going, "Oh yeah, it'll be great." I was just like, "Well, it'd be great for you, right up until the point we beat you again." So.
It's like even if you and Stevie do good and I do mediocre, it's like we still beat them.
Do you know? You know, like when I don't know what he was called. Is it Sean Stasiak? Where he used to run down like he was going to beat up The Rock, and The Rock would just throw him back out the ring on the other side.
Yeah,
that's kind of like what it feels like with Average Marks challenging us. That we're just like, just fuck off. Like now we're done, sort of thing. You know, like we've picked the best one of you, and he's now on our show. we don't need you anymore. No, I'm sorry. I still want to be part of your network, of course, on there. But no, I think it's time to let them, because I don't know if I know they listen, but I don't know if the other lads do. I think it's good that they're.
Well, they don't listen because Pat obviously doesn't listen.
Pat's not.
He said 1,000 times he doesn't listen. Yet he was the one who said that they're the better podcast in the world in forever, and yet we're the one in the Eastern Hemisphere. Yet how would he know that we were selling that? Unless he listened.
I think Brinkman told him you can't be doing that.
Fucking Brinkman.
We sent them a cease and desist anyway. No, I think I'm quite interested to see what they do with. I think they're called Pro Wrestling Roundabout. I think on there. I'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, why not? Because they're not from Australia. I was going to go. They're from Australia because have you ever felt like this? How strange things happen, like you're going round the twist. Anyway, what happened next, Stevie?
Triple H cut his promo.
Oh, God. Triple H announced he's winning, you mean?
He's put his career on the line.
Yes, he announced he's winning.
Shawn Michaels put his career on the line and lost.
Yeah. No, I meant because Triple H isn't going to retire.
You know, he's to end his in-ring career, not his career ever. Just his in-ring career.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. He'll still wrestle every now and again, so I don't think he's going anywhere. They're more likely to get more matches out of Triple H than they are out of Batista.
More matches than Brock Lesnar.
Let's go to the greatest match we've seen in forever. Last man standing, Drew McIntyre versus Dean Ambrose.
Oh, that was pretty good, I heard. I did love the finish where he slammed him through a table, he got up at 9 and he just went, bang, sit down. I fucking love Drew. I think he's great. And I can't wait for them in about 6 months' time to wait too long, ruin it, and him to be shit.
Yeah.
It happens to all the ones I like.
I like the way they're booking him just now, though.
Oh, it's great. He's the main event of every Raw. And he's facing the main event of the last, how many WrestleManias? 4, 5?
Yeah, so he's doing okay. And then it was a good match.
It was. It looked really good. I really liked the finish, and I don't know what they're doing with Dean. I don't know where that's going to come into it. But anyway, shall we move on to Le Smack Le Down?
Yes.
Yes, we shall.
Why the hell not?
Well, several reasons. I know what. I'll start it off because I know what happened at the beginning. I believe the Nude Day, Send Nudes, came out and were like, Vince McMahon, lol, why aren't you letting Kofi in the match and shit? So Vince sort of said to them, look, I get Kofi's spirit and things like that. Now you need to prove your passion and desire for Kofi. So I think he announced that the New Day would face a gauntlet match, just like Kofi did, tag team gauntlet. And if they won that, Kofi would be added to the WrestleMania match.
Yeah, I think that gauntlet match was really good.
Yeah, the gauntlet was great. I haven't watched all of it, but I've watched all the clips on YouTube. I know they had Gallows and Anderson first, and they pretty much binned them off quite easily. They had... who did they have second?
Rusev and Nakamura, was it?
Rusev and Nakamura, and they binned them off. It took them a while, but they binned them off. Then they had the bar, and they stole a win off the bar, but then the bar put Big E through a table. And then I thought the coolest part of the whole storytelling that they've done for this was the Usos came out and just went, no, like, we respect Kofi, we respect you as a tag team, we forfeit. Like, I thought that was actually the single coolest bit of storytelling between the New Day and the Usos that they've ever done.
I want the Usos to be going into WrestleMania as heels, but that's just proper babyface them.
You can be heels, but I think they're just like, because in fairness, they were heels most of the time through the New Day sort of fights, but they were just like we're heels, but we respect what you're doing. You know, like, you're not going to be a threat to us if, like, for our titles, and you're doing this for Kofi. I think it was brilliant anyway. And then they had...
title change.
They had what?
Title change.
Oh, no, I was on about Brian and Rowan were the last team.
Oh, so you're talking about the main event before you even talk about the start of the show?
Because we started off with the tags, yeah, I did the whole bit, yeah.
All right.
And then I believe... they had to flip the announce table up onto Rowan to get a count-out victory, so they didn't pin them, but yeah.
See, after that, though, since we're talking about the end of the show, Vince McMahon never confirmed that Kofi Kingston was going to be facing Daniel Bryan. All he said was, yeah, he's going to Mania.
Yeah, I know. That's what I kept thinking as well. They kept going, you'll be added to the Mania match. Well, which Mania match? The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
They have to win the Battle Royal to face Daniel Bryan.
That'd be cool. At least it generates interest in that match, though. Imagine if they actually did that. They went, right, you have to win the pre-show Battle Royal match. You'd get people in sitting down because obviously it has some relevance later on in the night. And then go, if Kofi wins, you face Bryan. But then it's a bit weird. You're kind of already guaranteeing Kofi's going to win because Bryan already doesn't have an opponent at the moment.
Yeah.
But I still love it. I think it's brilliant.
Right, so we'll go to the first match on SmackDown then. The title change.
Asuka and Charlotte in one of the best televised matches in modern times.
It was a great match. I loved it. It was a pay-per-view match.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what Asuka needed. That's like finally Asuka had someone she could do that with, or they let her do that with. Do you know what I mean? To be like, everyone seems to forget because Asuka's been doing, I don't want to say nothing feuds, but shit feuds with like Mandy Rose and yeah, I mean a match with Becky at Royal Rumble I thought was really good.
Yeah, but what have they done since Royal Rumble? Nothing.
Exactly, nothing. And then she had a shit match with Mandy Rose, a pretty shit match with Sonya Deville, and it's a bit like, so you put her against Charlotte, and Charlotte obviously won the title. Where do you, like, it just kills all of the SmackDown division, I think. What do you think, Martin? I know you haven't spoke for a bit.
But if you're on about Asuka and all of that, the best thing was taking the title from her. Simple. She didn't need it. She didn't. Realistically, in SmackDown world, she didn't deserve it. NXT, she deserved it. She was undefeated in NXT. She came up. I'm sure she was undefeated within a few months. And she was undefeated. But she kept the streak going, and then she lost it on a random pay-per-view or something.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Probably, yeah.
It was last WrestleMania.
Random pay-per-view. Lost it. Right? And yet, she's done nothing with it. So the best thing to do is take it off her. Giving it to Charlotte, good thing. Becky's going to get the Raw Women's Championship. Bayley and Sasha are going to retain the Tag Team Championship.
No,
the 4 horsewomen of WWE are going to have championships done.
No.
Yes.
I honestly think, this is the one time, and you might want to press record here, folks. I actually agree with Martin.
Thank you. I'm drunk.
They've given it to Charlotte just so at the end of WrestleMania they can have the 4 horsewomen be like, for an iconic image with the 4 fingers up, and they've all got gold.
Yeah.
No, because WrestleMania, the Women's Tag Team Championship match is going to be iconic!
Well, I really hope you're right, because that would be good. I really want to see Billie Kay, like, go, that was 3 to the ref again. Like, it's my favourite thing that she does. But it's not going to happen. But I think they'll be the ones, they won't get pinned, because I think they'll be the ones that'll face them next, sort of thing.
Yeah, SummerSlam.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think we'll get sooner than SummerSlam. I really hope they stop doing this build where they go like, no pay-per-view in the middle of WrestleMania SummerSlam matters. It's all build up to that one. It's like, well, then stop doing the shows. Like, takeovers are built to another takeover. It's very rare that they do something that changes in the middle. Granted, I know Gargano and Dream have just done it, but it's very rare that they do something on their normal TV. It's all built to that. Whereas WWE have the luxury of pay-per-views, and they need to still do some things on them, you know?
We need to move on to the next match that was the greatest match that we had. No, it wasn't. That was terrible. Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles.
Was it bad? I haven't seen any of this.
Oh, horrible. Like, it wasn't even really a match because Randy Orton came down and RKO'd AJ Styles, which is good for storyline. But then Kurt Angle botched the Angle Slam on Randy Orton, and it just didn't look very good at all.
Bit like Kurt Angle then.
See, I have a good prediction for the Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin match.
Oh, yes.
WrestleMania, but I'm not going to even reveal it because
it's so good.
It all depends on other things that might happen before that. So
Okay, so next week you will reveal to us your sensational Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin.
yeah,
Oh, wow. A reason to tune in next week, folks. Once we've got Brinkman back and Martin's got a secret plan.
it's my secret plan. Yeah,
Right, let's just move on to the second best part of SmackDown then. The Miz cutting a promo and then beating up 9 guys.
What did The Miz say? Because I haven't watched it.
Oh, he was just talking about how, well, he just cut a promo. I'm not going to say word for word what he fucking said, man.
No,
He was cutting a promo.
I need
Shane
you to
McMahon.
read it out word for word.
Then Shane McMahon came out with all his security and then like a few tag teams, and
Sanity.
the Miz beat the shit out of all of them. Really,
Sanity were a part of that.
Miz took
Sanity.
on all 3.
The Miz took on all 3 Sanity. Plus, he took on Primo and Epico and like all the NXT guys and security. Only one of them.
Yeah,
Oh well.
they're the ones out injured, hence why they're not tagging together.
Yeah, Primo is dead.
Well, it was pretty terrible because it's not believable that the Miz is going to beat up that many guys.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's not quite like Ronda Rousey beating up guys and Travis Brown getting his oar stuck in. This is The Miz who usually hides behind the security guards, not takes them on.
When the Miz floored Big Damo, I was like, nah, this is terrible.
Yeah, I would have thought that as well. Like, no offense to The Miz and that, but it's just one of them things that's not a believable thing.
No.
It's just not. It's like if he did a running
Commentary
kick.
tried to sell it though. The commentary tried to sell it as in like he's penned up. This is his dad who he's trying to defend and all that kind of shit. But
His
it
dad
just
wasn't
didn't
even there.
sell. No, but it's his dad's
Yeah.
like
His dad's
honor.
honour. Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like Medal of Honour.
Medal of Honor.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Adam's not a gamer.
I know. It was his duty. His call of.
Judy,
Yeah. Anyway.
you said duty.
Duty. Cock of duty, modern gay fuck stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know, I just don't care for that match anymore. And I think it's because we all saw it coming apart from Martin, we all saw this coming a mile off, and it's just becoming this
It would
match.
have been better if Miz was heel.
No, it wouldn't. And it's just Shane's just going to win because there's too many baby faces winning later on in the night, I think. I'm waiting to be surprised for next week, but you know.
We'll discuss that next week because
Yeah.
there's still another SmackDown to go. But can we just go back to the main event because I thought it was great. You know, a great moment when all the superstars came out for the back and started smacking the ring. It was Kevin Owens that led the charge. You know, banging on the ring, and then you had commentator, name's escaping me.
Graves.
That's the one, Corey Graves.
No, it wasn't.
Like,
It wasn't.
He took his
It was
headphones off, he was
that guy.
I'm joining in.
Called.
Took them off. Eh?
It was Saxon.
Oh, was it Saxton?
No, it wasn't. It was Corey Graves,
Saxon
wasn't
who
it?
took the. It was him. He took his headset off and went to the ring and started tapping the ring.
Oh, fair enough then. And then he got wet willied by Big E.
I'm going to go back and watch that.
He got wet willied by Big E.
No, that
Yeah.
Corey did get wet willied by Big E, but it was Byron Saxon who ran to the ring saying, "This, I've had enough of this." He took his heads off and went down and banged his hands in the rings with the rest of the team.
Anyway, it was a good feel-good moment for them.
It was.
The one thing that baffled me about that, though, was when it went back to the back area during the Kofi Kingston matches and everything, was that, like, the tag team match and that, like, Kofi Kingston and Xavier, Kofi Kingston on the back with all the rest of them. Fucking Asuka was out the back cheering on. It's like, you just lost the title, love. Why are you cheering on someone else?
I agree.
Well, she was
yeah.
cheering
You
on
lost the title.
She cheered on Kofi last week. So
Yeah.
it's continuing.
Yeah, she was a champion last week.
Yeah,
It was
I know what you mean.
understandable.
I know what Martin's trying to say. It's more so the fact that last week, she's not got anything to be upset about. And then this week, you've just lost that. You've just had a match. You wouldn't be sort of like, oh my God, I lost. Yes, Kofi! You'd be a bit like, it's like...
Don't have her there. Have her hidden.
They almost...
Bring her out when it's more relevant. For
Another-
a storyline for her to build it back up.
Prime example
Don't have
would
her
be...
cheering on.
Do you remember when Kevin Owens debuted and he had his matches with Cena? After the third one, where he lost and he'd been beaten 2-1 by Cena, the next night on Raw, I think it was separate Brock and Taker because they were having a fight. And it was just, Kevin Owens was out there, like, separating them, and it was like, Kevin, all the things you've said over the last few weeks, you shouldn't be there because you're like, this is above, I'm above this. And this is just proof that you're just back to it doesn't matter. You're just one of the rest now. And that's what I kind of get your feeling with Asuka, which makes sense. I agree completely. Like, you would be a bit like, no matter how good something is over there, if you just lost, you'd be like, yeah, I'm really with you, mate. But like, even if she'd have just walked past at one point when they were doing it and just went, good luck, Kofi, and just sort of like,
this day and age, with modern technology, a tweet will do. Because wrestlers are tweeting for every wrestler tweets and all that shit.
But then people are like, oh my god, she's on her phone tweeting now, she's just lost the title, that sort of thing.
But then if you're an
I know what
ego
you
watcher, if you're an ego watcher and you watch, pay attention, you see her stood there cheering on, you think, well, on, you just lost your fucking championship that you've been trying to fight for fucking like the last 3-4 years, building up from NXT into the WWE main roster, and you've lost it. You shouldn't be out there cheering the day you lost it.
Yeah, I agree. I also think Becky Lynch shouldn't have been there. I just think it was like, you're above this.
Yeah, 100%, yeah, because she's
at least she's
hard.
The only thing is, though, that makes me think that she should be there is because she's anti-establishment. She wants them to do it because she would hate Vince for putting Charlotte in there instead of her. Exactly what happened to Kofi. So I get it. But it's still like, you're above this. You didn't need to be front and centre in that.
But then she should bring that into storyline.
Yeah.
So when she's on Raw, pulling a promo or something, she should just pull it out on a promo, saying like, well, realistically, you should have me as the women's champion, you should have Kofi as the men's champion kind of thing.
I think they get such limited time they can only talk about themselves. And they're probably told to only talk about themselves.
Sure. Is there going to be a women's a battle royal?
Not yet, because I mentioned that the other day, didn't I? And there's not one yet.
If that's the direction they're going, I see them putting Asuka in that match.
She has to win it.
Yeah,
and she won't.
Well, if they don't do that, they have to make the triple threat a fatal 4-way.
Yeah, I think if they make it, Asuka has to win it, and then be like, right, well, I want to challenge Charlotte for my title back on a SmackDown or pay-per-view after. So at least she's earned a rematch, but she hasn't been given one, if you see what I mean.
She's already fought Ronda, hasn't she?
Asuka? No.
Yeah. Has she not fought Ronda yet?
No. Ronda hasn't fought anyone on the SmackDown side, apart from Charlotte.
So that could be potentially a good match if Ronda retained.
She won't.
Ronda versus Asuka.
She won't.
Well, I'm just saying that potentially.
Yes, that is one you could build to. You could also, if you wanted to, because it never happened, and I know a lot of people do like her, but I think she's shit. You've got Naomi as well for Ronda.
Yeah,
you've got that.
I'd like to know how they're going to work that match out, though. Is both titles on the line? Is one title on the line? If they put the Raw and SmackDown titles on the line, if you pin the Raw champion, do you also get the SmackDown championship? Or if you pin the SmackDown champion, do you just get that title?
Well,
how are they working?
I thought, and I said to someone the other day, they should do it like, I don't know which WrestleMania it was, but there was a double falls match where Kurt Angle walked in as the European champion and the Intercontinental champion. The match was 2 triple threats. It was Angle versus Benoit and Jericho. The first fall was for the European title. The second fall was for the Intercontinental title. So if you did that in the match, then you've got an excuse for Charlotte to win in that match and Becky to both win. So they both won, but but Ronda doesn't have it, if you see what I mean. So then it's not like Charlotte lost a main event at WrestleMania. She technically won one and Becky won the other kind of thing.
They're not going to have Ronda lose twice, though.
Well, she doesn't have to be pinned twice. You could have because they love their 50-50 booking, you could have Charlotte do something to Becky and Becky do something to Charlotte. So Ronda isn't touched in either of them.
I suppose.
That was just the one idea where it was like, oh yeah, you could do that. What they'll probably do is what me and Martin were saying before, which is you have Charlotte just lose like Ronda, but they've all got the gold at the end.
If they do that, Ronda will get both.
No.
So then she'll be the biggest heel in WWE.
But then if you do that, you've got no one to beat her because she's beaten everyone.
But she can still be beaten.
No, she can't.
She can.
This is that thing, like, if Lesnar beats Rollins now, right, who do you put against him?
Me.
Rollins could go against him again at SummerSlam.
No, but this is what they did with Roman. Like, Roman didn't beat him, so they did Roman against him. Roman didn't beat him, so they did Roman against him. Roman didn't beat him, so they put Roman against him, and then Roman finally won. You're like, oh!
Yeah, but that's 3-4 matches in a row against Brock, you know what I mean? But if you have stipulations and all sorts, things can happen.
They don't. They tend. Have you noticed now? They do not do stipulations in the big matches.
I've noticed that last time, yeah.
Roman actually beat Brock in Saudi Arabia. Cage match.
Oh, no, he didn't. His foot was still on their ring apron. On that curtain.
Here we go.
That bit where everyone went, oh my God, Roman actually won. Wait, no, he didn't. All right. Okay. No one remembers that. Everyone just remembers Titus O'Neil. And I don't...
That was the greatest thing ever.
Do you know,
That's still a chuckle.
Yeah, like, I think that won our moment of the year, didn't it? Titus World Slide for last year. Do you know which moment I actually forgot? And I thought that would have been a good one to be nominated. It probably wouldn't have won. But that moment where Ronda got her first tag into WWE and charged across the ring and just beat the shit out of Stephanie McMahon for like 3 minutes, that moment could have been in there, because that was just a moment where everyone was like, even if you sort of watch wrestling and you're on your phone or you're having a few beers and you're not really paying attention, that was a moment everyone went, hang on. And so I just leant forward and was like, I'm not missing this moment.
Yeah, but she also went after Triple H. I enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah, when she caught his kick and picked him up. Yeah, it was good.
I'm looking forward to WrestleMania this year, but I'm hoping it, because NXT is always better. So I'm hoping it can at least live up to the same as NXT this year.
Well,
see, I'm not that much sold on NXT this year.
Why?
Because I'm not watching it as much as I used to.
Right. This is the thing. I'm watching it now. I am about 3 episodes away from being up to date with it, right? And I'm trying to do... I'm not watching NXT UK, which I need to try and do, but I don't think I'm going to get to all Walter and Pete Dunne sections before TakeOver.
That's the UK.
Yeah, but they're on TakeOver.
Yeah, but you're talking about the Pete Dunne and Walter, but that's all you got. You've got to watch NXT UK to see their build-up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. That's the bit I won't see. I will see everything else, but I won't see their build-up. Now, you've got Pete Dunne and Walter, which will be great. And annoyingly, I think Pete Dunne will... Not annoyingly, I think rather goodly that Pete Dunne will retain, because they won't want to change the UK title twice on foreign soil, but never on the UK. But this just... Go on.
Next week, on probably Wednesday, I'm going to have to sit down and watch about 8 hours of NXT straight.
Yeah. They usually put out a video like all the things you need to know in the build-up kind of thing, but you've got Dream versus what's he called? Matt Riddle for the North American Championship.
Yeah.
You've got Gargano versus Adam Cole for the NXT Championship, and that's a 2 out of 3 falls match, that one. You have Ricochet and Aleister Black versus the War Raiders for the Tag Team Championships. You have Pete Dunne versus Walter. And I believe it's a women's fatal 4-way. It's Baina Shazler, Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, and Bianca Belair.
The best wrestler you've seen.
One of them is the best wrestler I've seen in forever. And also called Shayna Baszler. So,
yes.
Right,
I'm hand on heart telling you right now, Bianca Belair is winning that.
Right, great. No. I just wanted to say one thing, because I've been watching NXT. It makes me realise how good Shayna Baszler is by having those 2 utter shite fucks, Maria Shafir and Jessamine do it with her. My God, they are dreadful.
Make sure you note that I am nodding.
Yes, Martin is nodding at this. Jesus, right, Stevie, you'll watch it and you'll just be like, God, they're like people trying to play wrestlers instead of actually being wrestlers, you know?
I think it's maybe the transitioning from MMA, they're not finding it very easy.
Maybe.
It's
probably harder than it looks.
You're talking over me. Ken Shamrock always said the hardest thing he ever done was learning how to not hit people. Because he was like in Japan doing the MMA before it was even a thing. It was a brutal blood sport back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he fucking followed us, then unfollowed us, so fuck Ken Shamrock.
Fuck Del Rio.
Yeah.
Fuck Brinkman. Right. So I will wrap up now, Stevie. Thank you for reminding me. I think before we go, though, we should probably all just get like a little bit of abuse in on Brinkman. So, Martin, if you want to start us off.
Thanks for reminding everyone, Brinkman, that I am a good champion, but not the best champion because I never really retain my championship.
Awful.
When it comes to WrestleMania, I guarantee you, I'm going to fucking win it. And once I win it, I guarantee you probably won't even want to come back to Wrestlecast at all. So, bye.
He also promises that if he loses, his drinking career is on the line.
No.
Oh,
Yeah. Go on, Stevie, you can abuse. That wasn't really abuse, that was more of a promo. I want some actual abuse. Come on, Stevie, get your Glaswegian out of you.
oh, you want me to give Brinkman some abuse, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you can get smacked in the head with a 9-iron at that golf club, you fucking prick.
See, I like Brinkman, for fuck's sake. I didn't expect to give that kind of shit.
Hope this charity event turns out to be awful and all the food is vegan, you bastard. Yeah, you're sitting there with your salad that was organically grown and shit.
Sucking on your 9-iron.
Yeah, 9 irons and shit. Fuck Del Rio and Brinkman. Anyway, don't forget you can follow the podcast at @the_Wrestlecast. You can follow me at Conrad Lee. You can follow Stevie at
Real Stevie B, BWE.
You can follow Martin at any pub that you're in. He'll probably be there. No, where can they actually follow you?
At any Weatherspoons or at any Royal Locks.
That's nice. At any Weatherspoons. There you go. You should seriously go and change your thing to at any Weatherspoons. Right. And you can follow Brinkman at the Rainmaker. No one cares because he's shit. Anyway, we'll see you all next week for our predictions for NXT and WWE WrestleMania. Take care now.
Bye.
Adios, cabrones.
If I